I don't have any president-elect.
Tinubu 1999 is not Tinubu 2023.
For me, I don't think I have a president-elect.
The votes that were credited, or the vote that were supposed to give it to Peter Obi, was given to a man that has been declared the president of Nigeria.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's episode of Frances Talks, I want to go around. Everyone is aware that we just concluded the presidential election. Now we have a president-elect for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So I'm in a church environment and I want to go about asking different people what their opinion is on the election, how the election went, their different polling units, their opinion on the country, their hope and vision of Nigeria. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. What's your name?
My name is Mr. Theodore Sunday.
Okay, Mr. Theodore, what's your opinion concerning the just concluded election?
Well, the just concluded election, if we take the empirical view of it, is not a total flop. Why do I say it's not a total flop? Because the National House in some states were properly conducted, like in those states where I am. In some places in those states, there was no element of rigging, although we recorded in some places. But for the presidential, it's a total flop. It's a total mess, in the sense that INEC broke her own rule. INEC refused to use the electronic device that they have promised us Nigerians. It actually prompted a majority of you to come out to vote. And as you can see, over 90% of Nigerian youths are obedient. We all needed new Nigeria, and we are robbed on a broad daylight. In fact, we don't believe that our mandate had been taken. It was only robbed, and we are still after the criminals, because our principal had gone to court, to my own best of knowledge, and I know immediately after the gubernatorial election and the State House of Assembly election, we're going to pursue the matter in court.
Okay, from what you said now and from your outfit, I can see that you are obedient, like proudly obedient.
Yes, we cannot stop becoming obedient even after this election, because it's a movement. It's not something that dies. It's something that had started and must continue to sprang up and crop on. Because in the move to actually build a new Nigeria, we cannot just start and stop. So I want whoever is watching this not to be downcast in his or her spirit, to go out on the 11th to vote massively again for Labour Party. That will equally give that justification that our principal, Mr. Gregory Peter Obi, truly won the poll of 25th February 2023. Because a lot of persons have been demoralized, discouraged. But I want to say that he who fights and stops lives to fight again. You continue pushing until you get to your destination.
Okay. What's your opinion on the president-elect?
Well, I don't have any president-elect. I will say that openly, because I cannot refer to someone who is incapacitated in health, incapable in ability, someone who has questionable character, somebody who has a lot of flawed personality, somebody whose age and even date of birth and his town is not known to us as a president-elect. He was actually installed. It's an installation. So INEC handpicked him and placed him. So, but whatever it is, I like what my principal said. We don't have a president-elect, and congratulating him will be like saying, yes, there's a president-elect. So we are neutral, and we head on to actually get back what had been stolen from us.
Actually, please, what's your name?
Reverend Father Raphael Anoje, the Catholic Agdal Session Chaplain, Catholic Youth in the Agdal.
Okay, Padre. I want to ask you what your opinion is on the just concluded election.
Yes, my opinion is in line with the opinion of so many credible people who saw the election as so many that is fall short of what we expected as promised by the president and the INEC leadership. Even international observers, local monitoring teams of different organizations there are so many evidence that the election was not carried out as planned and expected. It is really saddening to know that the images, the videos we see are not past videos, they are current videos of abuse ballot snatching, thumb printing, and the whole idea of the whole noise about beavers was a sham. Look at the regulations and guidelines of the INEC. They didn't follow their rules as expected. So, but in any case, moving forward, we hope that the wrong will be struck off and the right thing will be done.
Okay, Padre, I want to ask you what your opinion is on the just concluded election.
Okay, it's simple. It's a general opinion. It's not different from what you have been hearing from majority. I say majority because even before the election, you could see the number of crowd that is supportive of a man that is credible enough to rule Nigeria. Everybody has their own opinion, but for me, I would say that uh, uh, my president, I call him my president, although it doesn't be declared by INEC, but we have declared our own president because we know who we voted for. So we voted, at majority of Nigerians actually voted for Peter Obi. The turnout was very good. Fortunately, what we see after the electoral act, the electoral process, that's the voting aspect of it, was so sad and unfortunate for Nigerians, seeing that the election was openly and very conspicuous in ringing. It was a clear preview of many. It was ringed, and the elections, the votes that were credited, or the vote that were supposed to give it to Peter Obi, was given to a man that has been declared the president of Nigeria. That is no other person than Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
Okay, so you voted, right?
Yes, of course, I voted. You want to disenfranchise me?
Okay.
Definitely, I will exercise my franchise as a citizen of Nigeria, and I'm going to vote even in this coming election, 11th of March, 2023.
Okay, that's very good.
The only challenges we have is that of the promise of INEC, the promise that the beavers will work and they will immediately at the polling unit transfer those results into the INEC RF. That's the result reviewing portal for it to be transparent. But then we had challenges in that of the presidential. In that of the Senate, it worked. In that of the representative House of Rep, it worked. But in that of the presidential, we're having problems. A flimsy excuse, so I say.
Like on the day of election, you voted, right?
Definitely, I voted.
Okay, was there any challenges you experienced
In my
at your
polling
polling
unit, I had to travel from my base to where I had to vote. There were noises, but it was calm. Only to be shocked to hear in other places how embarrassing so many things went. Young people, take it easy. These politicians that you help to carry out all kind of the children are not there. You go and carry out activities why the children cannot raise their life for these things. You go, so let's try and get it right. We should be above this kind of embarrassment we had last Saturday at our election. It's unfortunate.
My opinion on the election, from a polling unit, it was actually peaceful. Though we got clips from other polling units of how destructions and stealing of ballot boxes. But the truth is, this is Nigeria. We do not really expect that it will just go so freely like we wanted it to be. But however, they always want to put us to a fight, so we are still hopeful. What I and majority of Nigerians want is a better place for once, for everyone. Yeah.
What's your opinion on the president-elect?
Yeah, I'm Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, I've only ruled Lagos for 8 years. There are evidence that he did very wonderful in Lagos as a governor. Nobody's taking that away. Let's note this. Before 1999, Lagos was already a global city, respected, and so people have built Lagos, made Lagos where it is before Tinubu came in as governor. He came and built, continued on the high pedestal people have delivered on Lagos. And he did well. Let's give it to him. Fairly, he did well in Lagos as a governor. 24 years since 1999. 24 years in somebody's life is a lot. Our scare is, if he has a good intention, which is supposed to have given this much to, but now he's been elected. We don't want a repeat of people hijacking the center and the president unable to. We need somebody who will be moving, not somebody who will be sending proxy. We need a leader now. Nigeria as it is now, you need to be moving around in person as a president. You need to be going around the whole world, around the whole groups in Nigeria, communities, town halls, and everything on a steady basis. Not sending delegates. Nigeria is beyond delegates, sending delegates. You have to be talking real time to people. And our scare is if he will be able to meet up with this. The immediate past, the outgoing president Buhari failed completely in this. We always hear the presidency, the presidency. Who is the president? We never get to hear from him. He never does real-time interviews. And each time he does it, he struggles. So let us, at this stage, we should, well, he's there. If he's sworn in and he commences office, he's our president. We don't have a choice. If the Constitution has, the Supreme Court said he's the president, why? Tinubu goes ahead. But we need to, a lot is on him. Tinubu 1999 is not Tinubu 2023. 24 years added to somebody's life is not a little thing. We are humans. We can't cheat nature. Thank you.
Okay, Padre. What's your vision of Nigeria like after now?
As I said, I voted not because I choose to vote, but I choose because I believe we want a better country. Yes, the future is not bleak. There's one thing that I know. If the right leadership is in place, you don't need a decade for Nigeria to transform. If we have the right leadership in place, give this country just 3 years, we'll begin to see the positive changes. Because we have everything, the raw materials, the money is there. But why should I roll out? I roll out a hope for this country. A country blessed. Look at around you. Everywhere is green. Just look at where we are. Everywhere is green. Anything you see in this country, anything you throw on the floor, blossoms. We have the advantage of agriculture. We have the raw materials. We have the oil. We have everything. We have the climate for anything. It's failed unproductive leadership that has tied us down to where we are. And that's the truth. Yeah, I'm a priest, so we engage with the society on a steady basis. Yeah, we just need the right leadership. And Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the president-elect, when he assumes office, let's hope and believe. And if he's listening to me, do the right thing and leave a legacy. There was Nigeria before he was born. Nigeria will remain after he's gone. So he's one among others that could have ruled this country. So if it's an opportunity God or Allah has placed him to do as a president, do the needful. And this life, let's get it right and serve our people. Thank you.
What is your opinion on the president-elect?
Well, obviously, we did not put him there. He may be a very good person. If at the end of the day he's being sworn in as the president of the country, he may actually be of help to the country. But as of now, we did not put him there. It's a stolen mandate. We actually want what we went out for. He is not my president. The person I voted for, the person majority of us voted for, is our president. One way or the other, God is going to make it happen.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Please, what's your name?
David.
Okay. What is your opinion concerning this just concluded presidential election?
Well, I feel the election in general was rigged because it was actually obvious that Peter Obi won, but the position was actually taken from him. I guess it was because of Tinubu, that the APC candidates had more influence when it came to monetary aspects, and it was able to buy votes for some people and to buy some, let's just say the INEC official in general. It was able to buy them in order to twist the amount of votes, which was actually to his own favor, and he actually won the election.
Okay. So on the day of the election, did you come out to vote?
Yeah, I did.
What vision do you have of Nigeria?
Before the election, one thing I was saying about Nigeria is this. You see, when Nigeria is being called the giant of Africa,
Yeah.
I see it rising. And I see it as a very powerful nation. Nigeria standing up, it's actually going to wake up so many possibilities in the lives of people. It's not really about, first of all, I see Nigerians. We are creative. we can do the most of what we can do to make the country a better nation. I actually say in Nigeria where the world wants to partner with us because we have it. Intellect, the way we reason. The truth of the matter is, if it is not because of the fact that we have a very good sense of reacting in certain situations, what I mean is a situation of trying to adapt to the situations that we find ourselves. Probably Nigeria would have been burnt down by now, but we know how to survive through everything that comes our way. Then imagine when what we see in our head is what we have in our hand. We are going to make the most of it. Our nations will be glad to be part of Nigeria. So we are still seeing it. We have seen it in our head. Nigeria can be great. That's the truth. It can be great.
Now we have a president elect for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, right? So what's your opinion about him?
Well, I feel you have a president elect. Because for me, I don't think I have a president elect. It has actually been Peter Obi from day one. And since he's not the one there, to me, I just feel that seat is still vacant. Because as it is, he has already gone to court to fight for his actual position. Because for me, I'm still seeing him as the president of Nigeria, not Tinubu.
I want to ask on your opinion on the president elect.
Well, my opinion on the president-elect, being that a lot of us have heard so many negative things about him. I, for one, have seen and have heard the negative things about him, especially his age and what he has done in the past, and especially the way he has come through the position. But one thing that I'm actually looking at is this. You cannot actually read completely people's mind. You don't actually know. But I was actually hoping that if, for example, in quotes, that what everybody is thinking that is going there to do, if, for example, it can just change, it will be okay. Or if, for example, his age is not a problem, some people can be deputizing for him, no problem. If actually he goes there to actually do the right thing, no problem. And everybody is happy. When you go to, for example, the filling station, you can buy fuel easily without queue, without high prices. You can go to the market, you buy things without people complaining. You go to the bank people attend to you very well. No problem about those ones. But if actually is going there with a very bad motive, I think the country right now is even good. So I don't want to imagine that time when he becomes actually the president ruling everybody. So my opinion about him is not different from what other people have seen or are saying about him. I don't think with what we have known, with what we have seen about him, that he will be a good president. For me, that's just my opinion.
Okay. So now what's your vision, your hope on Nigeria?
Wow. I'll, I'm seeing, I'm seeing, or rather hoping that Nigeria will be better. I want to see a future that will be so easy for everybody. I want to see a future that you go to any sector in the country, it's just good, it's just flowing well. You go to school, you maybe, for example, your course is supposed to be 3 years or 4 years. You just go there easy without no manipulations and all that. You go and nothing like ASU strike, nothing like delay, nothing like even exam and practices and all that, because everything will just be so good and easy.
I know a lot of persons say this, but on your own opinion, why do you feel Tinubu, is it that you feel that he will not be able to do, a lot of persons are saying he might not be able to work or something like that. What do you feel to it?
See, that's not the thing at all. Let's look at Tinubu, for example. He already has the fame. He already has the name. He has been in the game for a long while. But look at the age to come with. The age actually determines. I feel Tinubu is this kind of person that is not looking for the money that comes with it. You get, it's just looking like one kind of, he's looking at it like one kind of, should I say, a tax that needs to be fulfilled. It's like one achievement that he actually needs, that has been in the presidential seat, as he has been able to sit down in other seats. He feels that like the topmost seat that needs to be sat on. And he's like taking it as that seat that he needs to sit on before he passes away. So I'm not even thinking he's actually the person that's going to rule the nation. You get, that's the actual fear. Tinubu is not going to be the person that's going to rule the nation. We have people under him that are actually supporting him. You get, those are the persons that are going to rule the nation. Because you've seen Tinubu. You get, he's shaky. Sometimes he talks out of points. That's not the person I want to rule this nation.
Fair enough. Okay, sir. Like after this just concluded election, like a lot of persons lost hope in voting. A lot of persons actually built this apathy towards politics, right? So, like, what advice will you have for them? And this upcoming election now, like, what advice you have to tell those out there?
There is a video I saw online that actually helps us to actually see what we should do next week. The person talked about a lion that affected a certain village, and the villagers came out to hunt down the lion. But at the first strike, they relaxed. The lion was wounded, but took the bullet and ran into the bush. What do you expect the villagers to do? Sit back and hope the lion dies in the bush, or go after the lion and confirm the death of the lion? I really advise everybody, come out on Saturday. Do that which you believe. Don't lose hope. Vote for your choice party. Vote for Labour Party. We can actually change the narratives. Nigeria is for everybody, not for some set of persons that are privileged. Over time, we can actually change it right now. I encourage you, everyone, fathers, mothers, my youth, and those that are eligible to vote, come out on Saturday and vote for Labour Party. Let's take it up from there. This is our generation. This is our time. Let's be proud that we changed the story in our time. Let's go for that lion and confirm it dead. Thank you.
A lot of persons felt that their votes did not count in the just concluded election. They've decided they are not going to vote again. They just have this apathy towards politics right now. What's your advice to your fellow youths now? Even the election coming like few days ahead from here on Saturday. What's your advice for them?
I feel one thing the youth should understand is you losing a battle doesn't mean the war was lost. So, you understand? Coming out to vote is like your citizen rights. You understand? It's your right as a citizen of Nigeria, and you need to exploit that right as a citizen of Nigeria as it is. So you might actually say that vote doesn't count, but the truth is, if you did not come out to vote for this past election, Peter Obi wouldn't have gotten that number that I got. It's because of that number that I got and because of the turnout that we are able to like go to court to defend his position as being the rightful owner of the seats of the presidential election. You understand? So it's actually important to come out to vote. Whether you like it or not, your vote actually counts. It counts to a point. Even if there's rigging and all, but your vote really counts.